Yeah. So if we go to Detroit and you're meeting one of the greatest songwriters of all times in Smokey Robinson for all the hits that we did at Motown. Do you sit in front of Smokey and start thinking, what do you expect me to do for you? You can
Oh,
write.
it's a great one. This is where I learned because when I first moved to LA, so I worked on the Temptations special album. And then they hired me. I did that. I did the Mac Band, Someone to Love, wrote and produced. And then we got Smokey Robinson. So when I got in the studio with Smokey Robinson, and I never forget, we cut that at Hollywood Sound. And he was singing, and I wouldn't say anything because he's Smokey Robinson. How do I tell Smokey Robinson what to do? You know? And so he would be singing. I go, yeah, okay, yeah, sounds good, man. Good, good. And he knew it wasn't good. So he called me in the booth. He said, hey, man, come in. And he said, the reason you're here, I heard what you did. I want what you do. So don't let me get away with stuff. I went, okay. And after a while, he said, man, I created a monster. I called him back 3 times. I said, okay, we got to get his first 3 lines in the first verse. And he said, I created a monster.
No, but but it may seem funny, but I think Darrell Sims said the same with Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
He was and she said the same thing. You have to correct me. You can't, but it must be hard though. I mean,
Yes.
this is the Smokey Robinson. He did the for Temptations and stuff. And
One of my heroes. How do I tell Loki how to sing?
Which version? I mean, who was still in the Temptations when you worked with them? I'm sure
Hollywood,
Otis.
Hollywoodson, Otis, Richard Street,
Otis Street.
Melvin Franklin was still alive.
Oh, Melvin.
I can't think of Ron Dyson.
Okay,
Was it the track? Is it the track Friends that you? Is it the track Friends?
Yeah, I did Friends. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Kicking it with my friends. Go ahead.
I mean, Smokey Robinson. That album, that Motown, that album in 1990. There's some new. He did New Jack Swing on that album as well.
Right.
It's really good. There is some really good. He didn't take off that album.
No, it didn't.
Some gems on it actually.
Right.
Some real gems on that album.
Yeah. And then working. I'm sorry.
You've just skipped one of my all-time favorite records.
Okay.
You just can't and skip by it, I mean, these guys, we talk about these guys on our New Jack podcast every other week.
Who's this?
Right. The Mac Band.
Oh, the Mac Band. Yeah.
And I say, these guys, again, the Soul and Song, they had a worldwide hit, but where are they? Why are they not on social media? Why are they not, telling what we did back then,
Those guys were really, really good. They could sing. They were special.
But did they suffer because Roses Are Red was such a global hit? Did it mean that people wanted to hear the next similar LA and Babyface type of follow-up? Or
it could be that. We did pretty good with Someone to Love. We made the charts. But I think
that was a very LaFace sounding record, really, wasn't it?
Right. Yes.
A great record. It was a great. But like I say, it didn't take off as big as Roses Are Red. But
no.
Soul for the Soul for More Jinx, I guess, in it, really.
Yeah. And I think, and after that, they didn't. I don't think they made another record after that.
They went independent. They had an album on an independent label, and then that was it after then.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, great. But they were amazing.
Well, you had the lead off single, didn't you?
Yeah, Someone to Love.
Yeah, that big lead off single.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it got played a lot. It got played a lot in the UK. It got on soul radio and R&B radio here. That was a big record.
Right. Yeah, Someone to Love. Yeah.
Had you settled in LA now when you were doing these tracks?
I'm in LA. That was 1989. I moved to LA. Yeah.
So who's getting the artists? Who's networking? Do you have a manager who's doing this, or what's happening?
I don't have a manager. Gerald Busby, and then Lil Silas.
Okay.
So Lil Silas, I became one of his secret weapons because Lil Silas used to do a lot of remixes. So
Yes,
he
I
would
heard he was
always,
a DJ.
yeah. So he'd always hire me to play and do all those remixes for him. So anything that he was doing, working on, he'd call, hey, come to Larrabee West. And we'd set up and we'd just do a bunch of remixes. And then Gerald Busby was introducing me around to different people, and I was getting gigs from different people like that.
Okay, can we for those of us who have been fans of music, the two, unfortunately, they both passed away, but the two pillars of black executives that, sadly passed before they could get their shine was Gerald Busby, who left MCA and went to Motown, and Lowell Silas Jr., who took over at MCA, responsible for, the Heartbreak Hotel, New Edition, Belle Biv DeVoe, the whole Bobby Brown, Uptown Records, what even Gerald Busby with oh, what's the Melvin Riley group?
Oh, Ready for the World?
Ready for the World. Okay, yeah. So can you first talk about Lowell Siles? I mean, because most of us I've heard his name by everyone, but we never really got to know him. So what was he like? And
Lil was a fun dude. He was sharp dresser, DJ, but he loved music and he was on top of everything. And then when I came to LA and he heard what I was doing, he said, hey man, I want you a part of I'm doing all these remixes. He would call me because he thought I was really talented and coming up with parts and ideas. There again, going back to New York, in the room, just coming up with parts and stuff. I knew that was the secret. And so I was able to transfer that over to with what Lowell was doing. And we did all kinds of remixes.
oh, like which ones?
Oh my gosh. I can't even. Oh,
When you went over to LA, is this where you got all your Motown work? Because Motown, it moved over there, didn't it, by the early 90s?
Yeah, but
right. Because
Lowell
I
was
met Lil
MCA.
Silas through
Joe.
from John Busby introduced me to Lil Silas.
Yeah, so with Lowell would be doing a lot of MCA stuff.
Yes. But Gerald used to be Lowell's boss at MCA.
Yeah.
He moved to Motown. So he said, you need to meet Lowell. And that's why I met with Lowell and was producing records for Lowell. I did what's song? This is your night. I can't think of his name.
Well, there's one guy on an MCA.
There you go. That's it. That's it, George.
You go.
This is your
Yeah.
night. I was trying to think of the name of the record. I produced that. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, let's quickly give this guy. He's not here now. He sadly passed away. But what a voice!
Woo!
What a voice George Pettis had.
He could sing his butt off.
Oh.
That vocal that I did, one take.
Wow.
Wow.
I had him sing it again, but we kept the first one. I was like, the dude could sing the phone book. He was incredible.
Oh, he was special. He was really special, wasn't he?
Very special. You did your homework. Well, how's that? Most people don't know.
Well, all these CDs and records that I bought back then, I might as well make use of. I've got to make use of them now. I can dig them all out and go, hey, remember doing this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because did you do any with Jody Watley then, or any of the but none of the BB, because I'm just thinking about what Lowell was doing, all the MCA.
I'm going off MCA.
Yeah, I work on By All Means. Yeah.
Oh, please tell me about this, because I've got such affection and love for this group, and I know a lot of collectors in the UK, soul collectors, are By All Means.
By all means,
again, their story needs to be told. I know one of them's passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. I can't think of his name. Oh, Jesus.
Jimmy Warner and
Jimmy Warner.
Bill Shepherd, it was.
Jimmy Varner
and Bill and Linda Roderick.
Yeah.
Oh,
but Jimmy was a monster. Monster instrumentalist, a monster singer. Jimmy was a bad boy. And he produced with his boy Stan Shepard, who's a good friend of mine. He's still in Chicago. And then we did that special album. They did half that Temptations album. We did the other half of the Temptations album. Yeah. And that's how I met them. And then they had me come and play on some of their stuff because Jimmy liked the way I played. They said, hey, man, could you come and play on this? And Jimmy was an amazing player, but he liked my touch and feel and ideas and stuff. So, yeah, I just learned playing on all those records. You just get better. You learn tricks.
Because they were on Island, then they went over to Motown, didn't they?
Right. Yes.
And they recorded an incredible album.
Incredible album.
Incredible album.
Incredible album. Rest in peace, Jimmy Vaughn.
Yeah, one of the best.
Rest in peace, Jimmy.
Yeah. I mean, was this in terms of Motown? Was this like one of your Pierre de Resistance?
That guy. Wait a minute. Where's he? That got to your top. Right, Ricky Jones. That's why I met Ricky.
Yeah.
And Ricky Jones and I still write songs since he's my brother. And I love him like a brother. I talk to Ricky 3-4 times a day. We write songs every day.
Tell me about the record "Come and Get It," because that's to me just again it's a classic that for me. Classic.
Thank you.
Motown.
That was the producer John Barnes III.
Oh, John Barnes.
And I just co-wrote on that. And John Barnes III, killer producer. You know, he did the Good Girls.
Mm.
He did all the Good Girl stuff. So he had that track, and then me and Ricky kind of wrote the song to it, and I added some changes and stuff like that. And then we produced the vocal. Yeah. But Come and Get It, and then I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. There's so many songs on that. That was a really strong album. But we got caught up in the Boys to Men thing. And all the money went to Boys to Men.
And then he got caught up in all the money going up to 98 degrees. So it all happened.
This is your type, now kind of what you'd ask, but what is going on in your head around this time? This must have been so exciting for you. I'm buying these records. You're making them, and you're in the studio and seeing them come out. It must have been incredible time period.
Yeah, you know, it was. But you know what, Steve? I continued to work. That was done already. So what's next? What's next? Every day I'm in the studio writing, coming up with new ideas. You know, so that's what I was taught. Don't sit and don't look back. Keep looking forward. And that's all I always did. I always just kept moving forward.
Didn't you, when you come out the studio, put the radio on and then you'd hear what you'd done?
Yeah. And then I said, okay, that was cool. I did it. All right, what's next?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
I didn't get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay, you're okay.
They don't understand what Jonas' voice winning Oscars. Play it.
I mean, I love all different genres.